Hey everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you some of my favorite tricks for the good old G chord. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do here. We already covered C, D and E chord, you can find the links in the description. And you may wonder, why did I skip the F chord? Well, because this is, bar chord. The tricks that you can do with the F chords are the same as G sharp or B flat or whatever. So I'm gonna cover them all at once later. But for now, let's get to the G chord and let me mess around with it for a bit. All these tricks are really simple, you don't need any music theory, just watch and learn, and as a result you will be able to spice up almost any song, because a lot of songs use the G chord. So let's get to it. Okay, here is our basic G chord. Now, there is one really popular shape you gotta know. With the D, 3rd fret on the B string. Because this regular open chord, it sounds a bit too bright, a bit too major, and in some cases it may not work. But this one is a little more neutral, so to speak, so yeah. This shape, and now power chord shape, open power chord. Just mute the A string with your middle finger. This is classic shape, and most of the times in the rock songs when you hear the G chord, this is what you hear. They don't play it like this. Sounds too happy, and this is rock. Now, the first trick works great for major songs, for country songs, country rock, folk songs, and so on and so forth. These hammer-ons on the 2nd fret of the A, D and G strings. So yeah, you can play your chord and you can, come up with your own riffs, with your own melody lines. It works great. Yeah, a lot of popular country songs like Jackson by Johnny Cash. Use this hammer-ons. Now, this works great for major songs. But if you are playing blues rock, something a bit darker like this doesn't really work. So what do? You play the same stuff, but on the 3rd fret of the same strings. What I like to do is fret the bass with my index finger and use the middle finger to play these notes. And once again, you can do the same stuff. Sounds nice. Okay, let's move on. If you want to play some blues / rock and roll stuff, instead of playing, you can play this riff like this. It works great with this open G chord. When I play riffs like this, I usually mute my high E string as well, because it's too bright for my taste. And just use my index finger to fret this E on the D string. So yeah, it sounds awesome. Instead of just playing this, you can And of course, how can we forget about just good old sus chord. Index finger on the fret 1 of the B. Sounds awesome. And if you combine the previous trick with this one, you get the so-called Keith Richards chord. It works awesome with the G chord, so yeah. Just use both of your fingers at the same time. You can hammer on or just play with your right hand. And before I show you a couple of more tricks, as you can see, all this stuff is really easy to play. You don't need any music theory. And if you want to learn even more cool tricks, be sure to check out our mini course 3 Easy Ways to Spice Up Any Song. In this mini course I show you 3 cool tricks that work for every chord. These tricks are used by great guitarists like Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Paul Simon, and so on and so forth. And yeah, as a result you will be able to make any chord progression or song sound much more fun. Right now we're running a special promotion, and if you want to get it at a discounted price, then check the link in the description or scan this QR code. I'm sure that you will enjoy it, and now let's get on with the lesson. I also love the G6 chord. It's just like our previous trick, but instead of 2nd fret on the D, play it on the G. And you know, it works great if you alternate between them. Sounds beautiful and kinda mysterious like. So yeah, G6 chord, keep it in mind as well. You can also use high notes, like here are your notes, 3 1 0, 3 1 0, and 3 2 0. You know, if you are in the minor key, you use 3rd fret. If you are in the major key, you use the 2nd fret over here. And once again, you can just strum the chord and come up with some cool melody lines. Or something more major. Something like this. I recorded a lesson how to play Money for Nothing by Dire Straits on acoustic guitar, and I actually used this method to play the riff. You can check it out if you want. So yeah, as you can see, there are a lot of cool tricks you can do here. Let me show you one more. It's really awesome. So, sometimes you can use your thumb over here to play this F note on the 1st fret for a moment. Once again, if you're playing some blues rock stuff, it works great. Don't overuse it, don't overdo it, just like I did, but keep it in mind. And let me sum it all up in the end. So, our basic shape, this shape and power chord. Now, when we're playing some major country songs or stuff like that, we use hammer-ons on the 2nd fret. If we're playing some darker stuff, minor, we use 3rd fret. If you want to play some rock and roll, second fret on the D, and you can also use second fret on the G to make it sound a little more mysterious. Now sus chord, fret 1 on the B. And if we combine this with the second fret on the D, we get Keith Richards chord. Now you can build some melody lines over here using fret 3, 1, 3, 1, 0, and so on and so forth. Just experiment, try all these notes over here. And yeah, this trick with the thumb also works great. Alright, don't forget about our mini course, link is in the description. And now, if you want to learn some cool strumming patterns, you can check this video out.